Alright, so let's see now. This middle spindle, where is exactly where I was telling you guys. So this is all clean, by the way. It's full of air and some 1980 diseases. So now it's all free. This is independent, and this is independent from the independency. So everything is super independent. And what's going to happen next is, as it will be sitting right here, then it'll be able to engage all the mechanism as planned and as it's supposed to. So now let's look at this piece of spindle in the middle. I was telling you a minute ago that this is where the bearings are, and you have to be careful not to drop those bearings. So I'm gonna clean the washer from the old grease. See, this is exactly where the bearings are. So let's take a little pointer. So your entire plate, your entire plateau, or the entire turntable actually sits on this part. And it's, it has the same issue as everything else, which means that the grease gets old. And here's what I like the most is this super lube, the synthetic grease that is allowed to be used in the food and beverage industry. So at least that's what I think I read out of this out of the tube. I'm not planning, and even if you pay me for it, I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna take a bite out of it. I'm not one of those people who for a good challenge will start eating Tide Pox and stuff. So a little bit of grease here. Nice generous. There we go. Up, a bit of the old grease out. Studum. What else? I'm just gonna take Kleenex here. Here out. A bit of oil. Okay. A bit more grease. I should have a very smooth working plateau. Okay, so put the washer back on the top. So you can see the lines here where the bearings have been turning on it for gazillion hours, and I'm gonna put it the exact same way. Why? I don't know. Every time I refurbish an engine, I make sure that the valves that I'm taking out to polish or anything, I put them back at the same location. So it's just a good it's got a good habit. That's all it is. It's just a good habit. Okay, so this is free. Yes, a bit of oil in the hole. Oil in the hole. I'm supposed to say fire in the hole, but this hole in the hole. A bit of oil here. A titsy bit here. Why not? Now, what the motor is, it's an oil-free in motor, which means that I'm still gonna put oil in it. And I will also do the same from the bottom. I'm going to also take a little wood stick Q-tips, a bit of oil on the top of it. I'm going to catch the crap, the rubber, because as this probably someone was trying, and you can see there's rubber pieces on it, and that's the wheel. So what happened is as people were trying it, didn't move, the motor keeps spinning. This was and it just grinds it, that's all. Yeah, so it's beautiful now. Wow, it's so clean, and I love doing these things. For some reason I love taking something that's old and give it a second life, right? And this Garand, which is a knockoff of BSR, or BSR is manufacturing it for them. I wouldn't be surprised. At one point in time, they were manufacturing millions of turntables a year, and in a market that there was not even 1 million turntables sold a year. It's in the 90s. I know 90s and 80s, a lot of people had turntables and stuff, but everybody has a turntable. Nobody changes their turntable like the cell phone business. Every 2 years you change your cell phone because there's a new kid in town, a new better, faster phone than before, and that if you don't change, you're gonna get caught into a situation where your old phone's not gonna work with the new apps, and the new apps is the bomb, right? So what a beautiful market, what a beautiful business to be into. I'm gonna sell you something that's overpriced, and every now and then I'm gonna create apps that you want so much that forces you to buy a new phone. But yeah, so my point is, if someone who had a turntable like this was capable to play records that were manufactured from, because it does 78, 45, 33, and 16, so it was capable to play records that were made in the 20s all the way to the last day of this was used, right? So or it's just good. It's just good, and this old turntable is 160,000 times better than any of these. I shouldn't say any, because now it seems like they're coming out with better products a little bit. But most of these Chinese, what is it called? Not Franklin, not Westinghouse. It's an old brand. Anyway, see, if you tap on Amazon and you're looking for a record player, that's the first name that comes out all the time. Scroll roller, rut roller, rut roller. Anyway, that's it. So I'm very happy. Where this is going. So I'm gonna put this back in over here to make sure it holds it up here as well. Oh, I can see that there's a little bit thicker grease on this piece, so I'm gonna give it a shot as well, and probably here as well. I want to keep that. This is that stress. This piece has to be very free, super free, because the arm at one point in time is the guy who's engaging on this. So I don't want to mess it up with any type of grease that's gonna make it harder to move after a certain time. I want it to be as free as possible. And this here sits in that groove over here. So I also want it to there we go. And now you can see, I don't know if you see the arm yet. See, it's moving. And this is also free. Beautiful. It's all good. Super free, super free. Everything's super free. Okay, stop the video now, and I'll come back to look at the wheel.